Hello and welcome to live coverage of the Subway Women's League Cup final between Chelsea and Manchester City from Pride Park. It is a repeat of the 2022 final when City beat Chelsea to lift the trophy for the fourth time in their history. What a tumultuous week it's been for them. Manchester City changing their manager just 5 days before this final.
Saka turns it in and gives Chelsea the lead. That's a lovely square ball. Caroline Weir, equaliser for Manchester City. It's Lauren Herb, and the rebound is in. Ellen White. What a strike! Caroline Weir once again. Manchester City in the box seat and heading the League Cup final victory. Manchester City, Cup winners 2022.
Chelsea may be looking for revenge then after that defeat 3 years ago in the final of this competition. Sixth time that the Blues have been in it in 6 successive seasons too, but finishing runners-up in each of the last 3. They are hoping that today they are taking the first step towards a quadruple of trophies this season, yet to lose so far this term under Sonia Bonpastor, who today aims to put the first piece of silverware in the Chelsea trophy cabinet for this season and get her first title in English football. A serene build-up to the game for the Blues in contrast to their opponents. Anna Hampton in goal today, one of those who started the final last season, in which Chelsea lost in extra time against Arsenal at Molineux. Hampton made her only appearance in the competition so far in the semi. Both these teams only joined it in the quarter-finals due to their Champions League participation. Millie Bright captain today, as she was in that 2022 final defeat. She's won it a couple of times though. Micah Hamana though having to make do with a place on the bench today. Erin Cuthbert signed a contract extension this week. She's recently passed 250 appearances for Chelsea. She'll be key today, surely. Well, as you can see, they are leading the way in the WSL. About time they won this competition, though they feel, having lost the final in each of the last 3 seasons. They did win it consecutively before then. Manchester City looking to do what nobody else has managed so far and beat Chelsea, unbeaten since Sonia Bonpastor took charge. And even before that too, 30 games across last season in this since they last lost. Incredible. What a week it's been for Manchester City. It was on Sunday of last week they made it through to the FA Cup semi-final, beating Aston Villa 2-0 under Gareth Taylor. A day later, he lost his job. City saying they wanted to reinvigorate their pursuit of Champions League qualification. Incredible, though, to change a manager 5 days before a cup final, albeit the new man is an old face, Nick Cushing, who led City to the trophy for the first time in their history in 2014 when they won this competition. He is back in charge on an interim basis until the end of the season. But how are those City players feeling ahead of this game? Such a seismic change just ahead of what is a massive match. Yamashita in goal for them today. She came on for the injured Chiara Keating against Manchester United in the quarter-final, but she's very much City's first choice stopper. And Nick Cushing hasn't messed around with the team too much, actually, as we'll get to. Just one alteration from the side that started last weekend. Would love to be inside the players' heads, though, as to how they feel about the change. Jill Roord actually started for Arsenal in defeat against Chelsea in the final in 2020 in this competition. Bunny Shaw, as ever, the main source of goals for Manchester City this season. Didn't come on late in the 2022 final, but Chelsea will know she is the player that they will have to watch most closely in this game. Prolific, despite injury problems at points this term. Well, those Chelsea supporters may be travelling more in hope than expectation, given what's happened in recent finals in this competition. City's head still spinning after the week they've had. Currently find themselves 4th in the WSL, and they are now 4 points outside of the Champions League places after results last night. That's why they made the change, they say. Beaten in the semi-final of this competition by Chelsea last term. Coming into this game in pretty good form, unbeaten in 6. Not good enough to save Gareth Taylor, though. Like Chelsea, in their 6th final in this competition, they've won 4 of the previous 5. Tough to know who starts as favourites today, though. Chelsea have lost 4 League Cup matches against Manchester City. However, City have lost 11 of their last 17 against the Blues in all competitions, including in the WSL at Stamford Bridge earlier this season. Well, no surprises really in the teams and the formations, but they are going to have to mix them up across the space of the next 12 days. Absolutely incredible, isn't it? Can't think of another time in football where teams have met so frequently in such a short period of time. This is the first of 4 meetings in 12 days across the Subway Women's League Cup final, the WSL and the Champions League quarter-final. If they weren't familiar with one another already, they surely will be by the end of this month. But they're not interested in the Champions League or the WSL today. It is all about the first piece of silverware on offer in the English women's game. The Subway Women's League Cup final, just moments away in the East Midlands. It's Chelsea who are nominally the home team today. Fairly comfortable victory for them actually when they met earlier in the season at Stamford Bridge. Well worth the 2-0 win. Not quite so comfortable against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup last week. And there has been a feeling that they've not been at their sparkling best since returning from the winter break. But I mean, how much stock do you put in that when they remain unbeaten? They've won 25 of 27 matches in all competitions this season. City's win in the semi-final was their 50th in this competition. They are the 2nd side only to reach that landmark behind Arsenal. Only Arsenal, Chelsea and City have ever won this competition, incredibly. For these two, they haven't had to get through many games to get to this stage. This just both 3rd match of the competition. And for today at least, their most important game of the season. Chelsea versus Manchester City in the Subway Women's League Cup final then. The 2025 showpiece of this competition, which has been dominated by these two and Arsenal in recent years. Two teams who've built up a storied rivalry over recent years, reprising their 2022 final clash, led out by their respective managers Sonia Bonpastor and Nick Cushing, the interim boss. The big surprise this week, Gareth Taylor was sacked and he has come back to City. Cushing as the replacement for the rest of the season at least. Is it going to be the serenity under Sonia for Chelsea that gets the job done, or the chaos of Cushing's return, which gives City the shot in the arm that they are looking for? Pride Park, the venue this season, home of Championship men's side Derby County. The pitch bearing the scars of a heavy season in English men's football's second tier. Hopefully that's not going to affect things too much. Lots of vastly experienced international players who know this competition and its final pretty well, but I'm sure there's still butterflies in stomachs nonetheless. Billy Bright, Chelsea's captain, fantastic. Another who's recently signed a contract extension. But Chelsea without some key players today. Guro Wrighton, Naomi Girma and Kira Walsh all unavailable, but just look at how star-studded their lineup is anyway. Sam Kerr not too far from a return to action too. and they have a coach who's won it all wherever she's been. And Sonia Bonpastor looking to get her first trophy in the English game. Just the 7 she picked up with Lyon. She's already been WSL Manager of the Month on 3 occasions in her debut season in English football. Always plenty of pleasantries to get through, aren't there, before any cup final. Last thing the players need, really, to be shaking hands with people before they get set for one of the biggest occasions of their careers. Viviana Miedema there will have a key role to play for Manchester City, I'm sure, today. Back in 2018, she scored the only goal of the final against City for Arsenal. Well, he must be unable to believe his luck. Sacked by New York City in November. Staying within the City football group, Nick Cushing. He could be wearing a medal around his neck in a couple of hours' time. Well, the Chelsea players look pretty relaxed, don't they? They have a game plan for this. And as I say, you think both managers will try and work out how they can change things up so as not to become too predictable over the course of the next fortnight. Let's have a look at how they have selected their sides today. Chelsea making 4 changes to the 11 that started last weekend's FA Cup win against Crystal Palace. Lucy Bronze preferred to Ashley Lawrence at right back. Bronze was in the City team that beat Chelsea in the 2022 final. Shoka Nusken gets the nod over Vika Kaptein as Erin Cuthbert's partner in midfield. Johanna Ritten-Kahnryd comes in for Aggie Beaver-Jones, with the other change seeing Myra Ramirez return. She's in for Micah Hamano. That will mean Kat Macario moves back into the number 10 position, with Ramirez spearheading the attack. Well, Nick Cushing's first City side of his second spell shows just one alteration from the team Gareth Taylor picked to beat Aston Villa in the FA Cup, with Alba Figino in for Jess Park, who drops to the bench. Khadija Bunny Shaw is the only starter to have featured in the 2022 final between the sides. Today she goes in search of her 20th goal of the season. City still without long-term absentees Alex Greenwood and Lauren Hemp. Well, he played it cool in the build-up, Nick Cushing, but he must have been as surprised as the rest of us when he got the phone call to ask if he would come and take over for the rest of the season. More smiles for Chelsea. They are brimming with confidence. Alex Greenwood leading the City team talk, injured skipper. Just as in 2022, City wearing their change colours today. With Greenwood not available, it's Leah Alexandria again, wears the armband For City, Emily Heaslip is in charge. We do have VAR and goal line technology in operation today. Not a thing in the WSL. Just like last year it is for this final, as is the multi-ball system, which caused some debate amongst Emma Hayes and Jonas Ideval. Sonia Van Pastor is coolness personified, isn't she? Never gets too rattled regardless of how the game's going. Both teams well supported here this afternoon. Only one set of fans are going to go home happy. Chelsea unbeaten since the 1st of May last year. City coming into this in reasonable nick as well. Anybody's game. The first of 4 meetings in 12 days in 3 competitions between these teams. So we're just about ready to go then. A couple of minutes later than scheduled. I'm going to get the pre-match festivities done though. Lauren James is going to be key for Chelsea again surely this afternoon, in great form at the moment. Scored the only goal of the semi-final between these two in Manchester last season. It'll be City who get the game underway, going from left to right as we look at it in their change colours. As ever in English women's football, before the action the players take a knee to reinforce the message there's no room for discrimination in football or society. And with that, Vivianne Miedema gets the 2025 Subway Women's League Cup final underway. And Bright with a typically powerful header. Two teams who know all about the other, always competing at the top end of the WSL, and familiar foes in this competition too. Kasparo's throw looking for short, and just didn't want to give her any time to settle on the ball. It's not quite like changing the manager and not knowing what you're going to get, is it, for City? Nick Cushing obviously knows the club as well as they know him. Here's Ramirez. Oh, she was clipped there and she stayed down, but Johanna Rittenkanerud is getting on with it, and she might find a shooting position. She was trying to play it to Macario, but she was a long way from her. Ramirez has got back up to her feet, which will relieve Chelsea greatly. It's the Blues who've started the game on the front foot though. And Hampton very much a sweeper keeper. We'll see her in this kind of position more than once today. Here's Bjorn filling in for Naomi Girma and Kadisha Buchanan, both long-term, well, Buchanan at least a long-term absentee. They're hoping to get Girma back. She's only played just under an hour for Chelsea since her world record move. Came with a slight calf problem, which was aggravated in her only appearance so far at Brighton at the start of the month. Fugino finding Miedema. First chance for City to threaten maybe, but Erin Cuthbert able to win it back. And now there's a problem for Shaw, so both strikers down within the opening couple of minutes here. And it looks like Shaw's problem might be significantly worse than Myra Ramirez a moment ago. See how it happened. Collision with Millie Bright. You always know when you've been involved in one of those. Player who's already missed a big chunk of the season. So pivotal to how City play. Well, Bright, not one to ask for permission when she makes a tackle. I don't think there was anything foul about it. It was an honest attempt between the two players to go for the ball. Looks as though Shaw's going to be okay, thankfully. Came crashing through her, didn't she, Millie Bright? But Shaw wouldn't have expected any less. Mentioned she's after her 20th goal today, the Jamaican. 19 goals in 21 games in all competitions so far this season for her. Pryor going all the way back to Yamashita. Pryor really having to step up in the absence of others. No Kanak, the January signing, either today for City. Good ball from Miedemar. Here's Jill Roord. This is Fowler now. Clipped it right-hand side, looking for Fugino. Sandy Baltimore was able to get ahead to it. Well, after Chelsea had all the ball for the first couple of minutes, City beginning to show their quality now. Here's Alexandri. Gracie Pryor only made her senior debut in September. She's quickly had to become a regular in the City side. Fugino. Oh, that's clever. Kasparai. Fugino looking for room for a cross. She managed to squeeze that over as well. Bronze just got a toe to the ball before Fowler. Now Macario will try and get it for Chelsea. Hasegawa did well, albeit she's actually found Ramirez. Alexandri, four-time league winner with Atletico Madrid. Looking for her first trophy in English football. Ward out for Fowler. Bronze trying to block the cross, deflected on its way in. Fugino. And Bright has to turn it behind for the first corner of the game. Good stuff from Manchester City. Decent delivery, wasn't it? Teased Hampton. Fowler, who got both goals in the semi-final against Arsenal and missed a penalty in that game, actually. Harvey to take. Well judged by Hampton. Shaw was steaming in to try and get ahead to it, but the Chelsea goalkeeper was favourite and claimed with confidence. Been the #1 pick for Sonia Bonpastor this season. Found herself out of the team at the end of last term. Baltimore did well to keep that in. Macario. Too strong for Hasegawa. Finding Lauren James. Lovely ball from James. Myra Ramirez, first big chance of the final. It's come back her way and she's bundled it in. And Chelsea lead. Less than 10 minutes in. Scruffy kind of goal in the end. But Myra Ramirez gets the first goal of the 2025 Subway Women's League Cup final and puts Chelsea ahead early on. Looked as though she'd made a mess of the chance, but a fortunate ricochet saw it come back her way. Baltimore just keeping that in play. She did really well, but look at the strength of Macario here. Left Hasegawa, worked it infield to James. Ramirez has timed her run perfectly. She's definitely onside. Wahhabi's playing her onside. The first shot was straight at the goalkeeper. Ricochet, unfortunate for City, off Alexandri. And that meant that it was easy for Ramirez thereafter. Big slice of luck about that. But you've got to be lucky as well as good in the final. And Chelsea in front in no time at all. Well, they are checking. I'm not sure why. You can see she's clearly onside there. Wahhabi's playing her onside. Well, you could say we've got VAR, so we might as well use it. But that was never, ever going to be ruled out. Well, Manchester City don't have to tear up their game plan, but that is a significant blow for them. And Fagino's given it away straight away. Rittenkana a little too obvious in what she was trying to do, get around Wahhabi there. What a start for Chelsea, though. And what an addition Mayra Ramirez has been for them. Just over a year she's been a Chelsea player. And it means that they haven't really missed Sam Kerr. Well, if City were hoping for a new manager bounce, it's gone flat inside 10 minutes of this game. A reminder, though, Chelsea have lost the last 3 finals in this competition, and the first of those against Manchester City saw them go 1-0 ahead. We are far from done in the 2025 final. Is Pryor. Short. Bjorn did really well against her there. The goal kick as well. Talismanic figure for Manchester City, Bunny Shaw, as will be those two. Steph Horton along for the day as well, no surprise there, City legend, but Alex Greenwood and Lauren Hemp, such big misses for City. But then Chelsea will say the same about Wright and Germer, Walsh, Kerr et al. Fagino's flick, Kaspari unable to get there ahead of James, who can shepherd it behind for a throw. I hope he had time to come up with plan B, Nick Cushing. Ramirez, brilliant. Here's Macario. Really important challenge that from Pryor, albeit Macario's managed to pick up the loose ball, and she's threaded it beautifully for bronze. Ritting-Conrad in the middle waiting for a cross. Maybe had more time than she realised there, Lucy Bronze. Could have waited for other support to arrive. Bright. Chelsea looking to put their foot on the accelerator here. Already ahead through that early Ramirez goal, but that's overhit from Bright. Lucy Bronze's won everything there is to win, including this competition. Talking in the build-up to this final about how she's won quadruples with 2 different teams in 2 different countries, which is astonishing. And she's looking to do it with a third this time around. Wahabi. Decent ball that. Here's Shaw. Not much in the way of support at the moment. Now friends are arriving. And that's ruled to be a foul by Lucy Bronze, and Chelsea roughing up Bunny Shaw in the early stages of this game. Emily Heaslip taking a dim view of that challenge by Bronze. Wahabi, who stabs it in, trying to catch Hannah Hampton out. Now she's going to get an earful from her fellow defenders as they trudge 80 yards up the pitch to get back into their positions. Only stopping to ask her why she didn't try and pick one of them out rather than score what would have had to have been a world-class goal. Cuthbert. And Macario rather in one another's way in the end. Shaw wanted a free kick there, referee happy for play to go on. All Chelsea in terms of possession so far. Here's Ritting-Conrad. Chopped inside to get away from Wahabi. Teed it up for Macario, crowded out by a posse of City players. Chelsea look like they've got a bit more cutting edge up front though. Misplaced pass from Bright. Fowler into Shaw. And a roll away from Natalie Bjorn. Moved it back for Mary Fowler. Decent ball clipped up too high for Fagino. Will come for Miedemar. Good defending from Nusken. Right place, right time. City not done yet though. Here's Fowler again. 3 to aim at in the middle. Kaspari joining 2. Bright just got the flick as Miedemar was winding up a header. Here's Fagino. Good spell this for City. Can they get near Hampton's goal? Pryor. Awkward one for Bright, just bobbled up in front of her. Shaw. Oh, brilliant footwork. Bunny short. Bright managed to get the block in, but that was the Manchester City striker at her very best. Wonderful close control. Fowler and Shaw linking up to good effect early on here. That's positive for City. Plenty of chances coming the way of the visitors. The nominal away side, I should say. This is the Miedemar one. Brush up off the arm of Nusken, not intentionally according to the officials. Harvey's delivery. Headed away was from Bjorn. Miedemar looking to recycle. Did well to find Mary Fowler. Trying to get away from Macario. And hit by Wahabi, and it needed saving by Hampton. Good spell now for Manchester City. Can they find a leveller? Fowler looks really lively down that left-hand side for them. Harvey just fancied a hit. Might have been creeping into the bottom corner. Hampton certainly not prepared to take a risk. Fowler sends it over. Shaw trying to connect, but it was Bronze who got ahead to it, and luckily for her, Bright was minding the post. Been a handball in there by Rod. Baltimore being tightly marked by two City players and eventually dispossessed by Kasparai. Hasegawa. Good one-touch stuff this from City. Here's Shaw trying to find room for the shot. Again, it was blocked. And Baltimore was sure that was going to go behind for a goal kick. As Jess Parker will consider herself very unlucky not to have made the cut today. The one change from the City team last week. Fourth corner already for City. He trailed by a goal to nil. Ramirez got it early on. Since then, though, it's really been City asking the questions. Here's Hasegawa. Clever for Fujino. Any room for a shot here for Fujino? Batted away by Hampton, whose palms will be stinging. Decent hit that from Herba Fujino. Well, it'd be a stretch to say that Chelsea are hanging on here, but I think City will be disappointed that they haven't managed to find an equaliser yet. They're looking the more likely to get the second goal of the game. Sure, offside was she? Yeah. She seemed to know it, didn't she? Well, Hannah Hampton being called into action on several occasions so far. Nice variation on the corner from City. Good play from Hasegawa. Fujino's shot was firmly struck. I'd be really pleased with the response from his team to going behind. Oh, Nusken dispossessed by Miedemar. Here's Shaw. Nusken trying to get back at her. And either her or Bright got a foot in to take the shooting opportunity away. And Fujino couldn't control. Chelsea just wanting to get up to halfway. Game's being played exclusively in their half of the field at the moment. Alexandri. Too much on that for Fowler. Give Chelsea the chance to clear their heads. One-way traffic just now. Such a difficult player to stop, Shaw, isn't she? Macario's done well, dispossessed Roord. Here's Ramirez. Overcooked the pass, trying to return it to Macario. James has taken over though. It's Lauren James. Bang on target, but straight down the throat of Yamashita. Something from nothing for Chelsea, really, who've been on the back foot for the last 15 minutes or so. To say the chance had gone when Ramirez overhit the pass, but Macario able to get there anyway. And then when James took over, the angle was always tight, but for a player of her ability, it's a chance. Here's Roord, really open field to this final. Fowler now, one-on-one with Lucy Bronze. How cool is that from Lauren James? It's a great ball as well. Ramirez strong enough to win the header. And will chase after her own flick on against Alexandri, and she's managed to keep it in, but the referee says that's a foul. And I think I'm with Myra Ramirez there. She is brutishly strong, Ramirez. Bit too much force used there, according to Emily Heaslip, though. Hasegawa. Niskanen unable to get the ball off her. Gino found Miedemar. Here's Kasparai. Roord trying to get it under control. Wahabi put it in first time, looking for Fagino. Baltimore had to be really careful, she did well. And then Nuskin to safety. Sonia Bonpastel right out to the edge of her technical area. I think she'll be pretty concerned at the moment. City seemingly able to carve through Chelsea without too much difficulty. Now Ramirez going to get there ahead of Alexandri. Myra Ramirez through on goal to put Chelsea 2-0 ahead. Round the goalkeeper. Side of the net rather than the back of it. Oh, it's a shocking miss for a player of her ability. It seemed certain she was going to score for the second time. Won the foot race with Alexandri without too much difficulty, but didn't look particularly confident. Took herself wide. Even then, she surely got to hit the target. A massive opportunity for Chelsea to double their lead comes and goes. Has to score. Big let off for City now. Can they take advantage of it? Well, she wasn't particularly convincing with the goal, was she? Took a slice of good fortune to put it in second time round. Bjorn. Macario, that's excellent hold-up play. Little nutmeg on Jill Roord as well. Baltimore. Beaten by her own boots on that occasion. Been a revelation though since joining in the summer, Sandy Baltimore. Playing in a somewhat unusual position. And she's again. That's good. Half an hour has absolutely flown by. Reminder, we could have extra time and penalties should they be required today. That's all these two need, isn't it? 4 meetings in 12 days, and one of them could go 120 minutes. That's good. The second leg of the Champions League quarter-final, of course. For Gino. Hasegawa looking for her first trophy as a Manchester City player. Joined in the summer of 2022, so just missed out on winning this competition that year. Here's Cuthbert. Short. Finding Fowler, not much of an angle for a shot. Good defending from Lucy Bronze, using all her experience and quality there. Here's Miedemar. Bronze's clearance straight at her. Oh, Cuthbert ruled to a foul short. Don't think she agrees. Chelsea's tenacious Scottish midfielder. Shaw running out of fingers to count the number of times she's been fouled in the first half here. Fowler and Fagino, the two players over the free kick here. It's Fowler who clips it in. Hampton couldn't catch it, but managed to get enough distance on a punch, albeit she's taken out one of her own players as well. Nuska being helped to her feet by Millie Bright because there's defending to do. Oh, Bright missed that one though, and here's Shaw. What a block from Sandy Baltimore. Kaspari picking up the loose ball, clipping it deep to the back post, looking for Miedemar again. Bronze was there. How much longer can Chelsea keep City out though? Chance after chance for the citizens, yet to take one. That's a poor clearance, so straight to Miedemar, and Cuthbert comes back to help out. It's all hands on deck for Chelsea. Ramirez doing well to hold it up and relieve the pressure. James got a touch there. We've hardly seen anything of her so far, and she's turned the ball over. Here's Shaw on the left foot. Again, a Chelsea block came in, that time from Cuthbert. Feels inevitable that City are going to score though with the way the game's going. Wahabi. Straight into the midriff of Bronze. Well, she could have had a hat-trick on a different day. Bright with the mistake leading to this opportunity, but that's fantastic defending from Baltimore. Again, Shaw winning a free kick. Millie Bright not convinced. She thinks that Shaw was looking for that. Shaw will say, "You've been kicking me all afternoon." Inside the final 10 minutes of a frenetic first half. Can City find the equaliser they've been threatening ever since they went behind? Fagino's ball in. And Bronze and Hampton almost making a right mess of that. In the end, Bronze did well. Here's Macario, can turn defence into attack here. Got Rittenkanrid up there with her. Is she quick enough to get there ahead of Kaspari? Working it back to James. City have had over 61% of possession so far. Both sides have had 4 shots at goal. 3 of Chelsea's on target. Doesn't feel that even, does it? City the team in the ascendancy, Chelsea with the player down, but Fagino not bothered about that. Her cross plucked by Hampton. Well, the referee ought to have stopped that if Erin Cuthbert has a head injury. The landing, I think, which has hurt Cuthbert there in the collision with Roord. Yet another chance for City to equalise. Bronze entitled to do that. Hampton might have been calling for it, but at least Bronze was authoritative. It was Leia Alexandri who got ahead to it initially. This is a concern for Chelsea, though. Erin Cuthbert, another who's had her injury problems this season. Recently went past 250 Chelsea games. Just give the opportunity for what is becoming customary in football these days, isn't it? The mid-half team to up. Not that Nick Cushing's doing much talking. Shove from Roord was a bit naughty, wasn't it? But it's the way she's banged her head as she hits the ground there, Cuthbert, which has caused the issue. Gonna have a fair bit of stoppage time at the end of the first half here. Gareth Taylor was not universally popular with City supporters, but I don't think there would have been any who wouldn't have been absolutely stunned when they heard the news that he'd been relieved of his duties in the week. Cuthbert's going to be okay to carry on by the looks of things. Here's Fagino. Trying to tie up Baltimore in knots, managed to get a crossover, flicked away by Bright at the near post. Macario got a touch ahead of Roord. It's broken for Kaspari. Here's Fagino again, seen plenty of it. Wiggling and weaving and working it back to Hasegawa. He sticks it up back post, looking for Bunny Shaw. Bron's got enough on it. Another opportunity for Bunny Shaw comes and goes. Done everything but score in the first half here, Manchester City. Baltimore. Here's Macario. Oh, a lovely ball into the space for Nusken. Up against Fagino, but she couldn't control it anyway. Macario. Now then, we're going to get the first card of the final here. That was pretty cynical from me to mark, and it is a booking. Don't think she can have any complaint really, can she? Vicario, who's arguably been Chelsea's most effective player so far. Here's Nuskin. Ramirez. Bjorn. Done an admirable job actually filling in for Buchanan and German. Natalie Bjorn. Chelsea managed to work it up to Ramirez here. It's good defending from Gracie Pryor. Albeit her clearance wasn't the best, but it's not easy to hold off Myra Ramirez. And the 20-year-old managed it comfortably there. To 4 added minutes at the end of the first half of the 2025 Subway Women's League Cup final. Pryor. Sonia Bonpastor will be pleased to get her team in 1-0 up, but they're not there yet. Here's Shaw. Good defending again from Natalie Bjorn, who got the final touch there. It's a goal kick. Flag was up anyway. Cuthbert. Baltimore's giving it away. Here's Hasegawa. Fowler. Nuskin managed to intercept the pass bound for Fugino, but won back quickly by Kaspari. Rord working it out for Fugino. Nuskin with a little drag on her. And the referee has seen that as a foul. Good opportunity for City to whip a ball into the Chelsea box just before the whistle blows for half-time. Big moment in the game, this potentially. Fagino's ball in, Shaw got something on it. Oh, and it's loose. Alexandri couldn't get there and foul around the back post. Sees her effort blocked. Still, it won't go in for Manchester City. Devilish ball in, Shaw got something on it, likewise Roard. Yeah, it was anybody's game just for a second in that 6-yard box. Fowler with the latest City corner, flicked away by Bronze. Miskin's down holding her head. Meanwhile, whistle's going to go for half-time any moment now. Chelsea breaking up the pitch with Lucy Bronze though, left winger for the moment. Wahhabi doing enough to put her off his sheet. Bronze not giving it up and staying on her feet. She's done amazingly well there. Kaspari able to prevent the corner. That is sensational stuff from the veteran Lucy Bronze. 33 years old, 5-time Champions League winner, 2-time quadruple winner. She is desperate to win the League Cup and get her first trophy as a Chelsea player. Have to be quick here, Baltimore. We're playing added time in added time now. And there is the half-time whistle. And you have to say, amazingly, it's Chelsea who lead by a goal to nothing here. Mayra Ramirez on 8 minutes. Needed 2 bites at the cherry, but managed to turn the ball in. Then missed a glorious one-on-one chance. But in between times, City have had chance after chance after chance to equalise, and they haven't been able to put one away yet. Will they regret all those misses? Or will the pattern continue in the second half, but they'll finally be able to break through and beat Hannah Hampton? At the moment, it's Chelsea who are heading for the first piece of silverware of the season, but there is an awful lot more football to come here at Pride Park. At half-time, the score in the Subway Women's League Cup final is Chelsea 1, Manchester City 0. Second half of the 2025 Subway Women's League Cup final imminent then. Chelsea leading Manchester City by a goal to 0. City wondering how they are behind. Had so many chances to level after Mayra Ramirez early opener. Chelsea be looking for an improved performance from the first half, despite the fact that they lead. There's a lot of fortune about that, you'd have to say. Albeit Ramirez did miss a great chance to double their advantage. Bunny Shaw kicked from pillar to post in that first half, but still had opportunities of her own to score. Viviana Miedemar, who's got a winning goal in this final in times gone by. Well, he wasn't expecting to have to do a half-time team talk in a cup final at the start of this week, Nick Cushing. I'm sure his message will have been more of the same to his players. No changes by either manager at half-time. A reminder that should we be level after 90 minutes, we will have extra time and penalties. Here's James. Pryor able to get it away. Baltimore. Oh, beautiful from Lauren James. Remember, Manchester City trailed by a goal to 0 when these two met in 2022 and ended up winning it 3-1. Ball through to Ramirez, got too much on it. What about Ritten Carnery? Can't quite catch up to it. Chelsea get the next goal, you feel that they won't be caught. But City are well capable of turning this around. James trying to have more of an influence on the game. Got the assist for Ramirez opener, but then she drifted out of the first half. Such a gifted player, isn't she? Just a joy to watch, Lauren James. Oh, Millie Bright's taking a whack there. She is made of tough stuff and she's carrying on. Baltimore. Macario couldn't make it stick that time. He's Figino. Shaw working it back for Rord. Wahhabi. Fowler on the turn. Bjorn was fouled just to come to an end that Manchester City move. Macario. Ritinkana Miedema tried to take it from her. Here's Nusken. James. Baltimore carrying on her run. James. Oh, she was surely tugged over there by Figino. Referee said there wasn't enough in it to give a free kick. Here's Ramirez. Macario. Nusken got a toe to it. Ramirez has managed to get back in possession. Can she find a shot here? Straight into Wahhabi. Got it back though, Maya Ramirez. Here's Bronze. Looking for a give and go with Macario. She's got it back. And she goes down. It's broken for James. Referee is going to book Lucy Bronze for a dive there, I think. Felt she was trying to trick the officials. And Bronze, yellow carded for simulation. Well, that was my first instinct too, I must be honest. Certainly what Leah Alexandri thinks. More importantly, it's what Emily Heaslip thinks. Couldn't have been better positioned here, the referee. Yeah, it's the right call, isn't it? So Bronze, the first Chelsea player to be booked. Naughty. Here's Hasegawa. Bronze joining Miedema, who's on the ball, or was briefly in the book. Here she is again, Miedema. Managed to work that to Bunny Shaw. Here's Wahhabi. Fowler. Bronze back doing a day job. Fowler. Smacked away by Nusken. Both teams have plenty of quality in reserve. If Nick Cushing wants to change it, he's got the likes of Laura Coombs and Carolyn and Jess Park who can come on and affect things at the top end of the pitch. Chelsea with Beaver Jones and Fischel and Hamano all capable of changing a game. Here's Figino. No deflection on her cross, it drifts harmlessly behind. Missed out against Villa in the Cup last week, however, Figino through injury, but fit again to start today. Baltimore. Oh, Fagino's dispossessed her. Fowler wanted it played her way. It's come to Shaw instead. Fowler still desperate for the ball. Hooked in by Kasparai rather. There's Roard. Wahabi. And Fowler eased off it by Bronze, but there was a pass on for Mary Fowler there, which would have given her a free strike at goal. Wahabi just able to keep that in play. She's really overhit that in pursuit of Shaw, though. City not quite the same spark about them in an attack in the opening 8 minutes of the second period that they had for pretty much the whole of the first. Still an awful long time to go in this game, though. Right, now then, James on the chase here. Kasparai just a bit quicker to the ball, though. Imashita playing it into a risky area, but Hasegawa happy to deal with it. Fowler. Here's Miedemar, might fancy a go from here. Moved on to Fagino instead. Miedemar well placed. Instead, the cross was looking for Shaw. Look at that. 5 City players in the penalty area there. And she only picked out Hannah Hampton. Really wasteful from an excellent position. Chelsea's marking leaving a little to be desired here. Look at Fowler and Miedemar all alone. Roard. Hasegawa. A fairly uneventful opening 10 minutes of the second half after all that drama in the first. Nuskin. Here's Macario. Ramirez right on the shoulder of Alexandri. Well dealt with by the City captain. Bent her ball into the path of Bunny Shaw. Took the shot early. Hampton was off her line, so it was worth a go, but she couldn't quite execute it. Cuthbert caught late there by Shaw. And despite her making the universal sign for "I got the ball," the referee is not impressed by that challenge. Bunny Shaw is the next player to get a yellow card. Love how players make that motion, like the referee wouldn't know what a ball is without them doing it. You may well get the ball, but if you get the player too, you're going to get a booking. Bjorn, approaching an hour gone at Pride Park. Still that 8th minute goal from Maya Ramirez separating the teams. Baltimore. Now Macario, oh, she's bent that beautifully. Shukanuskan will get there and has got time to measure across. Got support from Baltimore as well. That's where she sent it. Fugino nipped in to try and win it back. Baltimore will accept what is Chelsea's first corner of the game. Millie Bright always one to watch at these set-piece situations, but she hasn't scored in a long time. Well over a year, in fact. Macario's delivery. Oh, Fugino helped it on into a dangerous area, as it turned out, and then there's a collision between Gracie Pryor and Bunny Shaw. Cuthbert. Oh, this might reach Ritin Carnred, and she's hit it straight at Yamashita Ramirez. Ritin Carnred again. Broken for Cuthbert. Really difficult to control that on the half volley. Brilliant play from Erin Cuthbert to set up the opportunity here for Ritin Carnred. Great first from Nuskin to win it back. That's a beautiful pass. Ritin Carnred had to hit it first time, and Yamashita was in the way. Looking long for James. Wonderful pass. James up against Kaspari. All of a sudden Chelsea back in the ascendancy. Macario. Felt like she went the wrong way there. No players infield waiting for the pass. Past the hour mark now. Chelsea's lead remains a slender one. That was the whack in the mush that Millie Bright got from Bunny Shaw. Bjorn, dispossessed Fowler. Fowler's not been anywhere near as influential yet in the second half as she was in the first. Bronze did really well. Here's Ritting-Conrad. On the other side to make a substitution yet. Ritting-Conrad driving on. Put away by Alexandri. A little short from Roord, but just about dealt with. Here's Shaw trying to roll Millie Bright. She's done that. Bright not stopping. Got enough of the ball according to the referee. Fantastic for so many years, Millie Bright. Fagino. On she goes. And still Fagino! Oh, she scored! Manchester City level. Oba Fagino smacked one beyond Hannah Hampton, who won't want to see it again. But City, who've had so many opportunities in this game, have finally found the net. And we're all square in the cup final. Well, I don't think Hampton was expecting it, but she probably ought to have dealt with it. The replay will tell us more. Fagino, who started the move, swapping passes with Shaw, then driving for goal with lots of options. This the least likely of them. What on earth is Hampton doing there? She almost pulled her hands away from it. But if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle, and that's what Fagino's done. And she's drawn City level here. Anybody's game now. Back into the team today, having missed out last week through injury. She has fully justified her recall. And you have to say that City deserve that. And now they're looking to go on and win it. Alexandri. Chelsea look punch drunk at the moment, and City are in a game here with Mary Fowler. Shoveled across up toward Fagino. Shaw. Luskin couldn't get it off her. Baltimore with the challenge, enough to put her off, and Shaw's hurt herself actually. A couple of times she's gone down. She might need some treatment here. Kick from Baltimore. might see some changes from Chelsea before too long. City have been the dominant force in this game for a long time now. Trying to keep the squeeze on Chelsea here, are City. Miedemar's pressing has been particularly useful in that regard. Well, if he was planning to make changes, those plans might have gone out the window now after that equaliser. Here's Bronze. Short. Trying to flick it into Miedemar's path. It was a nice piece of skill, but it didn't really work. Not moving too freely, is she? All given away to Fagino. Now here's Shaw! And Hampton comes up with a big save. And then Nuskin dispossesses Fowler. Well, that will make Hannah Hampton feel a whole lot better. Should have done much better for the goal, but she's kept the score level there. Fowler dispossessing Bronze. Fagino quickly off to Shaw. That's really good goalkeeping. Just narrowed the angle and made sure she could make the save. But if City don't go on to win this, they will have so many regrets. They've been by far the better team. Pryor, 3/4 of the way through the 90 minutes, but as it stands, we'll have 30 more. Chelsea losing the final in extra time late on last year. Bjorn. Sloppy from Baltimore. Here's Shaw. Hampton cool, calm and collected to work it back to Lauren James. James has been a passenger ever since setting up the first goal, though. She's just played it out of play there. And now she's given it to Miedemar. Here's Fagino. Cleared away to some extent by Bjorn and then further to safety by Nuskin, but Myra Ramirez looks awfully lonely up there. Miedemar! Needed saving, but fairly comfortably so by Hampton, but what on earth has happened to Chelsea here? All over the place defensively at the moment. Fagino, an ever-increasing influence on this game. Fowler. Looking for the give and go with Shaw, who wants to go herself. Would have been a hell of a goal, that. No surprise that Chelsea changes are in the offing. Micah Hermano and Aggie Beaver-Jones both going to come on at the next break in play. I think that would be Ritin Khanarad And either Macario or James coming off, we shall see. Slipped as she cleared that. Looking for Ritin Kanrid, only found Wahabi. Here's Cuthbert. Now Ramirez working the channels. Got Ritin Kanrid in the middle here. Still Ramirez. Smacked it off Hasegawa and behind. Baltimore to deliver. Good ball as well, it went all the way through. The breakout for James. And that sums up her game, I'm afraid. Here come the changes then. And here's going to be Kat Macario who'll come off for Maika Hamano. He's going one better than last season when she was an unused substitute in the final defeat to Arsenal. Scored against Durham in the quarters. Macario, the player withdrawn. Is Yana Ritin-Kanrid the other player who's coming off? Beaver Jones on for her. Scored in the quarter-final as well, off the bench in the final last season too, Aggie Beaver-Jones. So City yet to make a change, that's Chelsea's first two. A little over 15 minutes for someone to score, otherwise we'll play for 30 minutes more. Harvey. Given away to James. Here's Hamano's first involvement. She's gone for goal from fully 40 yards out. Trying to embarrass Japanese compatriot Yamashita. Trying to get round Mary Fowler. She's barged away through Wahabi, then goes down, somehow managed to turn it on to Beaver Jones. Brilliant from Bronze. Here's Ramirez, bit of momentum for Chelsea now. Decent ball as well. Oh, it's in! An own goal from Yui Hasegawa, and Chelsea have their lead back. Calamity for Manchester City. And Chelsea have hardly threatened since the restart, going front for the second time in the final. A nightmare for Yui Hasegawa. All came after Lucy Bronze's brilliant hard work. Now are Chelsea going to be able to hold on to the lead? This was fantastic stuff from Bronze. Went down but still managed to flick it the way of Beaver Jones. No offside there against Ramirez. Hasegawa didn't know what was going on. Oh, it is an absolute calamity for Manchester City. Finally got themselves back into the game, and it may just have been taken away from them. Mayra Ramirez gets the credit for the assist to go with her goal. But Hasegawa will want this bog of a pitch to open up and swallow her up. It will take some getting over. "12 minutes plus stoppages for City to come back again." Beaver Jones on the chase. Chelsea have made a substitution meanwhile in the aftermath of that goal. Mayra Ramirez, well, she's done her bit, hasn't she? Goal and assist, and Vika Kaptein has come on to just shore things up a bit for Chelsea. A defensive-minded midfielder, so Beaver Jones has become the nominal striker now. City will surely make a change soon too. Here is Kaptein. Amano, Beaver Jones. Worth a hit. A high-tariff shot. City are rolling the dice then. Jess Park, the player who was left out for this game, an unused substitute when these two met in the final in 2022, and Carolyn, the Brazilian who joined in January. Made her first start in the semi-final against Arsenal. Will both be on soon. First of 4 meetings in 12 days between these two teams. And it hasn't disappointed. Let's hope the other three are as good as this. It's been watchable from the first whistle. It's Bunny Shaw who is the player going off. She has been hobbling around for large parts of the afternoon. Still a bit of a gamble though. Carolyn on for her. Park coming on for the score of City's goal over Fujino, the player who took her place in the team for this game. Inside the final 10 minutes at Pride Park. Here's Bjorn. Muskin punched it into midfield but only found Alexandri. Amano. One's asking Kaptein to chase after that. Said she's a more defensive-minded player. She's not in that kind of position, is she, Vika Kaptein? Virginia getting a good ovation as she makes her way around the pitch. Is her goal going to be in vain? Here's Roard. First feel of the ball for Park, in for Fowler. Park over the set piece here, time running out for Manchester City. It's actually Wahabi who clips it in. Bjorn got ahead to it. Fowler keeping it in play. Is that going to be a corner? Yes, it is. Six in the first half. I make this their first of the second. Concentration required for Chelsea here. Right, with the header away at the near post. Park driving into the penalty area, again Bright there. Park took a heavy blow there. Play's going on though, because City are in a good position with Fowler. Good tackle from Romano. Alexandri. Still time for City, but it is ticking by far quicker than they would like. Do it all again on Wednesday in Manchester in the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final. Then Sunday, a week from tomorrow, in the WSL. And then on the 27th of March for the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final. An unprecedented 4 games in 12 days between the same opponents. Here's Carolyn. Not seen much of her in her brief time on the pitch. Wahabi. Fowler, that's a lovely take from her. Kept it away from Bronze and Hermano. Alexandri. Beaver Jones. Forward by Bronze. Here's Captain. She's going to head for the corner flag. Might be a little early for that. Trying to stick it through for Hermano. Defending from Bright, he's been excellent for Chelsea today. Might well end up being the player of the match. Here comes Niamh Charles, who's hoping to lift her own personal League Cup curse as she comes on for Sandy Baltimore. She had started the last 3 finals which Chelsea have lost, so maybe the fact she's coming off the bench will help her snap that streak. Also the fact that her team are ahead and there are 3 minutes plus stoppages left to play. Overthrown by Bronze. Milano felt she should have had a corner there. She had a case, I think. Like Hamano kept that in as well. Throw in for City. All eyes will be on fourth official Phoebe Cross before too long. Here's Pryor. Nasigawa. Park takes over. Nasigawa, desperate to amend, in toward Miedemar, nudging the back from Lucy Bronze, hooked away by Nuskin. Roared from distance, has gathered that up. Really been able to influence things today, Jill Roord. Eva Jones might be able to get to that. Yamash did the coolest person in Derbyshire. Pass was a little underhit to her from Pryor. And then way off target as she looked to link up with Kasparaj. Bright, by the way, has been voted as the player of the match. I don't think there's anyone who'd disagree with that. Here's Fowler. Still time for City to take us to extra time. Cuthbert. No foul. Through to Hampton, who can do some keepy-ups before grabbing the ball. Just 3 minutes of stoppage time was signalled. Chelsea are nearly there. The first step of what they hope will be a quadruple of trophies this season. City having broken glass in case of emergency and made a managerial change at the start of the week. It's not going to pay off today, it looks like. James hooking it forward, looking for Beaver Jones. She can settle it here if she can get the touch. Alexandri did enough. Yamashita could only find Bright. Here's James. What's she doing here, going all the way back to her own goal? She kept the team on the ball. Loose touch from Hampton. Nuskin playing it into the channel, and surely Cuthbert will head for the corner flag unless she wants to settle it once and for all. It's Erin Cuthbert teeing up Captine, shot blocked by Alexandri. And then Nuskin, who might have been better placed just holding on to the ball rather than doing that. She'll hope there's not time for City to get the ball at the other end of the pitch. Chelsea seconds away now from ending their hoodoo in this competition. Runners-up in each of the last 3 seasons. Here's Bright, a colossus for them today. Beautiful flick out for Vika Captine. And she is staying where she is. As long as the ball's there, City won't score. And Hasegawa's run it out, and that might be that. Well, it's a shame that the final has been punctuated by two mistakes. One from Hannah Hampton that's not going to be costly, one from Yui Hasegawa, which surely is. Got to be big and got to be quick here from Yamashita. The added minutes have turned to seconds, and the whistle's going to blow for the final time. Just moments after the ball gets back into play here, Sonia Bonpastor on the verge of winning her first trophy in English football. Here's cap time. Added time is up. It's all at Emily Heaslip's discretion now. Here's Nuskin. There's the final whistle. Chelsea are the winners of the Subway Women's League Cup for 2025. They've beaten Manchester City by 2-1 here after 3 successive defeats in the final of this competition. It's all smiles for the girls in blue, but for Yui Hasegawa and Manchester City, it ends in heartbreak. What a horrible way to lose a final. Mayra Ramirez had Chelsea in front early on. Fugino levelled midway through the second half after a poor error from Hampton, but then Hasegawa slashed Ramirez cross into her own net on 77 minutes, and that proved to be the pivotal moment of the game. Sonia Bonpastor has her first trophy in English football. She'll hope it's the first of 4 this season. Chelsea's quadruple dream still very much alive. They're still yet to lose this season. They were a long way from their best today. But finals are all about whether you win or not how you play. And it's Chelsea who will be picking up the trophy in moments' time. Manchester City defeated. Final score at Pride Park. Chelsea 2, Manchester City 1. Okay. Well, it can be a bit of a non-event, can't they? This certainly was not that really fun game to watch. Littered with mistakes for a lot of it, but lots of quality on show too. And in the first of these 4 meetings between these sides over the course of the next 2 weeks, it's Chelsea who draw first blood and get the first silverware of the season. How will Manchester City respond to this game, which for long periods they were utterly dominant in? How they haven't managed to get their hands on the trophy. Well, they'll be left with an awful lot of regrets here. And you can only feel for Yui Hasegawa. An absolute travesty for the final that was as fun as this to be settled in such a way. But it's been a long time coming that Chelsea have had their hands on this particular trophy. They've been in the last 6 finals of this competition. This is the first time they've won it since 2021.
it's been 4 long years since Chelsea have been able to call themselves the League Cup champions. How do you sum up your emotions at the end of that one?
Yeah, just honestly, we're just buzzing. I think things like that sit in the back of your mind. It's certainly been doing my head in for a long time. So, yeah, I think we're really happy. It's
Well, Manchester City about to take the walk that no team really wants to do, to collect their runners-up medals from a final in which they were the dominant force. Poor Yui Hasegawa, she can't hide her upset anymore. It's her own goal which has ultimately proved the difference. Well, there's still plenty for Manchester City to play for this season. But this will feel like the one that got away for them. We've got the Champions League quarter-finals to come up against Chelsea starting this week. So an immediate opportunity to right the wrongs of today, if you like. The worst thing to leave a final with is regret, and City, I'm afraid, have got plenty of that. Still in the FA Cup, they've got the semi-final against Manchester United of that to come next month. But having made the managerial change at the start of the week, it was a huge gamble to do that. Would it have made any difference if Gareth Taylor were in the dugout today? We'll never know. But this is not how they hoped this afternoon would go. Virginio's goal counted for nothing in the end. Shaw's influence in the game limited. Took a couple of early whacks. Maybe that affected her. She doesn't even want the runners-up medal. I think it's a bit of a shame when players do that. You can understand the emotion of the moment, though. Maybe she'll look upon it more fondly in years to come. But for Yui Hasegawa, she'll just want to get off this pitch and get home as quickly as she can. The curse has been lifted for Chelsea then. After 3 successive defeats in the final of this competition, they have finally won it again. Smiling Sonia. She's well used to lifting trophies as a manager and as a player. But this is the first time she's done it in England. Her team a long way below what they're capable of today. That is utterly irrelevant now, because they are the ones getting presented with the gold medals. Hannah Hampton can smile now. She would have been feeling pretty rough when that goal went past her from Virginio. Of these players tasting success in this competition for the first time, but not Lucy Bronze, having won in 2022 with City. Now she's beaten them in 2025, another medal to add to her vast collection. Maya Ramirez with a goal and assist, key for Chelsea as ever. Vicky Captain played her part when she came on late on, as did Aggie Beaver-Jones. The substitutions worked well for Chelsea on the day, actually. Subway Cup glistening and about to be hoisted by Millie Bright. Couple more medals to give out before Millie Bright lifts the trophy. Here we go then, the moment Millie Bright's been waiting for. Confirming once and for all that for 2025, the winners of the Subway Women's League Cup are Chelsea. And now the bubbles can flow and the celebrations can begin for real. For the third time in their history, Chelsea win the League Cup. And is this step one on the road to a quadruple this season? She has overseen quite the transition from the Emma Hayes era, which Chelsea will never forget. But Sonia Bonpastor has taken to English football like a duck to water, and she's won the very first trophy available to her. Yeah. Well, before we say goodbye, let's have a look back at how the 2025 League Cup unfolded then. Chelsea taking the lead on 8 minutes. Lauren James with a beautiful through ball there, perfectly weighted for Myra Ramirez. It needed a couple of goes, but was eventually able to bundle the ball in. Perfect start for Chelsea then, less than 10 minutes on the clock. Effortless pass from James. Alexandria unlucky. Ramirez the beneficiary. But after that, it was all City really, certainly in the first half. This was Leah Wahhabi seeing an effort well saved by Hannah Hampton. Was bound for the bottom corner, I think. City had chance after chance in the first half. Virginia, who would later score, being denied by Hampton on that occasion. Chelsea really ought to have doubled their lead though, despite all that City dominance. Straight ball through the middle from Baltimore, and Ramirez one-on-one, going round the goalkeeper Yamashita, but then finding the side of the net rather than the back of it. Alexandria had been left for dead in the foot race. Ramirez fluffed their lines with the goal gaping. Into the second half, Ritten Conrad with a chance to double Chelsea's lead. Not sure how much Yamashita knew about that one. Good ball from Cuthbert. Had to take it first time. Don't think Ritten Conrad did much wrong there. From the follow-up, Cuthbert over. It's a lovely way to pass, isn't it, from Cuthbert? But City would get the equaliser that they deserved just before the halfway point of the second half. Alba Figino, the player who got it, but not a moment Hannah Hampton will want to revisit. Really should not have been beaten that easily from there. And she just got her angles wrong, because it looks like she pulls her hands away as if she's expecting the shot to go wide. Figino couldn't believe her luck. City, though, will be baffled as to how they didn't win this game. That was Penny Shaw's shot, which was well dealt with by Hampton. Good response from the Chelsea goalkeeper here, actually, because this was just after Figino had beaten her. Shaw with no luck in front of goal today. She searched for her 20th of the season. But even after this, City had chances. Viviana Miedemar with the effort on this occasion. But this is what proved to be the winning goal. Brilliant work from Bronze in the build-up. Ramirez's cross was speculative. Yui Hasegawa calamitous with her attempt to clear the ball. A moment that will haunt her tonight, that's for sure, and for a long time to come, I'm sure. Brilliant from Bronze. Beaver Jones, the substitute, doing well as well. Hasegawa, the unfortunate player who has settled this game. And after 3 minutes of stoppage time, Chelsea were confirmed as winners of the Subway Cup. Their 6th appearance in the final, just like City, and now they are 3 times winners of the competition, but only they, City and Arsenal, have ever won. Heartbreak for Hasegawa and City, but the first of 4 trophies Chelsea hope for them this season. They beat Manchester City by 2-1. Look at that, Manchester City with 17 attempts at goal, only 6 of them on target, though. Shaded it in terms of possession as well. Chelsea far from at their best, but they've got the trophy, and finals aren't about who plays the best, they're about who wins them. And the ribbons are blue on the Subway Cup for 2025. And many thanks for your company today. Really enjoyable final to watch, but particularly so if you're of the Chelsea persuasion. They've got the first of what they hope are going to be 4 trophies this season. Disappointment for Manchester City. They'll do it all again in midweek in the Champions League. But for today, it's Chelsea who win the Subway Women's League Cup. They beat Manchester City in today's final by 2-1. And that's all for now.